Right, Juliette, I just want to make this very quick because this is, I want you to hear this voice message from this nutcase because I've had several nutcases leaving voice messages for me, unknown numbers. And you can thank Dan from Police Abusing Powers for a lot of this because he's trolled me on Facebook. As I said, Warrior Wales says that there's a Discord group where they've been saying they want Bryony to kill herself. On top of it, the crimes that have been committed against me, as you know, they've piled up, and Sussex police have covered their own backs with their own crimes. I was telling the lady downstairs, you know, the lady downstairs, about putting her right on what's been happening to me because she was obviously a bit confused. She thought she had already seen the injuries caused on my birthday. This is the sort of thing I'm talking about, Juliette, because if you're going to listen to someone, as you say, is a random stranger whom I blocked on Facebook for saying, I hope you get kicked out and all this sort of thing, excuse me, it's very difficult to see the wood through the trees. This nutcase sounds a bit like the one who left a voice message saying something about Darren. So I'll just play the don't even know who these people are. Why would you listen to these? Why would you listen to people who want me to kill myself? These complete strangers. Hang on a minute. Wait a minute.
Stop giving out people's names. Stop giving out people's names and addresses to the general public. You have no right to do this. You are making too many enemies. You must stop it now. This message was left
Who
at
are these nutcases?
5 p.m. on Sunday.
I'll play it again. I'm just going to play it again.
Stop giving out people's names. Stop giving out people's names and addresses to the general public. You have no right to do this. You are making too many enemies. You must stop it now. This message was left at 8:25 p.m. on Sunday, the 26th of March, 2020.
These are probably the people who are calling the paramedics and whatnot. And honestly, Juliette, I didn't even know your address. I had a voice message from the paramedics saying you've called us. And I was like, no, I haven't. I've been documenting saying how I'm feeling suicidal. My home has been taken from me. My possessions have been taken from me. And I actually had to look at one of your letters to find your address. I didn't even know till now that I had this voice message from this random nutcase who's saying I'm putting people's addresses out there. Please provide me with the evidence to back up your claim, and I will see you in court, because I didn't even know where Juliette lived. I was in her flat and I had to look up an address on one of her letters. And I was telling the council and all these people that with what she's going through, I shouldn't be put in her home. But they were suggesting I stay with her. And Juliette was saying you can't stay here because I don't want the council. Do you see what I mean? So anyway, I just want to leave it at that. And as I said, it's that nutter sounds like the one who left a voice message. The voice sounds like the one. Oh, Darren don't have a go at Darren. Darren is concerned. I mean, and then I've had these other nutcases saying you're a horrible person. Prank.com. Juliette, you can report Dan from police abusing powers because he is as dangerous as these criminals. Yes, that 8-pointed star, that occultic symbol. You can report, I've forgotten what that symbol is, but it's occultic, occultic, whatever. I've just had enough. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of it. They think they've done no wrong by injuring me, by beating me, and me. I was telling Jill, and she was like, they did that to you in the hospital? Yes, in A&E. Were there no nurses? No. There were no witnesses, but I had an x-ray afterwards, and a mental health doctor and a social worker were not bothered by it. They couldn't have cared two dickies. And this is an NHS hospital that I visited my mother in. There are places in this town where people get the help. But there are also very, very nasty, corrupt people working in the system who exploit vulnerable people, and I am one of them. And without saying anything at all, this lady has suggested a place to go to ask that person for help. They take in all kinds of people, suicidal people, cancer patients, all sorts. And I'm not saying anything, but I will give them a try. And in the meantime, as you know, I had a letter. They threatened to dispose of my things within 2 weeks of taking them out of the self-contained flat, including an heirloom ring. So you wonder why I'm suicidal and why I'm writing suicide notes, just in case. Because these criminals called the UK police, Eastbourne police, who watch my videos, PC Ford, you scumbag, with your account legend, and you're covering your backs for the injuries you caused me, the alarm, the assault, the alarm, the distress, and your colleague PC McCarthy said that under common law he could punch me in the face and there's nothing I can do about it. Well, don't you worry, because even this lady here said, the one upstairs, the one who's watching on you, what goes around comes around, and eventually it will. And you, the wrath of God, Yahweh, will be poured out on you. Praise Alleluia. I praise El Shaddai, Yahweh, with my hedge of protection.